Hey, 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 everybody! It's me, Willie. How goes it? Um, I know it's been kind of a while. Been a while. Had some medical things with the girlfriend that we had to take care of, and by the way, she says hi to everybody. Um, and yeah, and basically is like I've been working. I've been trying to work really hard on something cool. Uh, I'm not gonna go into too much yet, but something big's gonna be coming. So today, I mean, was just pretty much a chill stream. I mean, it was just was basically just like me kind of just chilling with you guys, and I brought a couple of things that to do to make a video thing. I don't know. I'm just playing this by ear. I'm playing it 100% by ear. You know what? Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So I am busting my hump to get funded, um, an animation studio to fund a web series. And basically, while I have trouble articulating it well, it's basically is that it, it's basically a production company for the fandom menace. It's like, all those times you have people within the fandom menace or fandom menace adjacent, like Midnight's Edge or Stephen Walton and stuff. Basically, I'm gonna make a web series that's apolitical and just for entertainment, and just to kind of like bring back that feeling, that old school 80s action cartoon feeling. What I'm going to do, at first I didn't think I would be able to, but I'm going to actually do a crowdfunding campaign. But it's not going to be on Kickstarter, and it's not going to be on Indiegogo. I'm looking into it. It's this thing called equity crowdfunding, and I'm going to go to this site called We Fund. I think that's what it's called. We Fund or something like that. Because what I found, so what I'm gonna do with the thing with this web series is I'm putting it on Amazon to rent and to be rent and buy, because um, with with Netflix, um, with with Netflix, and you need someone kind of on that Netflix is cool with, to, I'm just going to put on the camera. So you need to have someone that Netflix is cool with in order to even be seen by them. And what you need and when it comes to iTunes and Google Play, is that you need to have like an approved company, basically format it just so for them. And that costs a bunch of money. And Hulu, it's like, yeah, you can email someone, but from what it seems like you still need someone on the inside. So that's why I'm going to be putting it on Amazon, because you can just put it on Amazon. You have to follow their rules and stuff. You have to format it right, but you do that. And and it'll be like for rent or download. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting on Amazon. From what I understand, it is not considered news just yet. It's considered an idea, so it's like I gotta do a little more stuff before it can kind of be mass reported. But yeah, I'm gonna try and end the. But yeah, I'm going to so with when it comes to crowdfunding is when I looked at Indiegogo is that at most they're like, oh hey, let me fund like let me just fund this pilot. And I was like pretty much like my idea was like, all right, I'm gonna fund like I'm gonna make of this 5 episodes like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just like a 5 episode season one. And you couldn't be able to, it would be, you couldn't really be able to realistically ask for that from Indiegogo. But I found out that there's a thing called equity crowdfunding, and equity crowdfunding is basically um, you can get rich people and you can get also, you know, your average everyday Joe to contribute money to where they get a part of the company that you would start. And I like that better personally because it's like to me, giving up a control of my company is worth it if it means getting funded. And personally too, I would I would be not to sound I don't know what the best way of putting it is, but I would be honored if the Fandom Menace had had a stake in my company because then you guys can hold me accountable to, you know, it's like you know there would be no you would it's like by every definition you I would be accountable to you, and I'd rather I be accountable to you who's a fan who would actually enjoy, you know, who is the people I'd want to, you know, who I would want to enjoy this media or enjoy these cartoons for. I'd rather be accountable to you than to just some people who want to add it to, you know, make some, you know, just to like make some money with by doing jack shit. Which I mean, that's the nature of investing. I mean, that's, you know, investing is one of the two things where they call them wealth builders, and it's basically it's what they call passive income. So that is basically it's like you earn money by not actually working. You just earn it from. Anyway, enough. Man, I don't want to get into tea. I don't want to get talking into business, but I don't want to. I just want to say is that uh, I am working towards doing this. Actually, I'm going to consult. I have a free consultation with a lawyer tomorrow, so I'm going to ask them some questions about that, and then maybe see about hiring them to help represent me, help protect my shit. Um, so yeah, but and I'm working with an old friend of mine from we used to do comics together. He was more of an I was a writer. He was an artist. We worked well together, but I don't think we ever actually made any comics. Like I think it's like all the comics that like when like all the scripts I do he reject and all the art, and I guess like I don't know, but he's been an artist uh doing the convention circuit for years. Um Really good guy, really good artist. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna check something out real quick. So all right. So you know what? All right. I'll share you this thing because I saw this on my Twitter. Someone was sharing it, and I'm trying to. All right. So hopefully I'll cover the cover the name and stuff. But Pornhub is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Yay! Oh, hey, hello, Culture.
Hey, Willie.
How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good. You're talking about some great stuff. Although I did not know that this was an option with my Game Pass.
I know. I was I so according to Christy was sharing it, and I was looking. I was like, it's like they were saying, the person was saying that, like, oh great, this is gonna like be like the thing that's gonna tip the tide of the console wars, and I'm like, yeah, probably, but
Well, I
I
don't
just
know. I mean, for some people that might be a deciding factor.
well
But my
I,
goodness,
well, I mean, that old saying, that old thing where they're saying, like, with the war with like VHS and Betamax, it was like because
yes.
the adult film industry was adopted the
Hmm.
VHS format. That
Yeah,
was what
yeah.
won, and I think that was the same thing with Blu-ray and HD as well. So that's their thing. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious. It's like w- like I just want your reaction, honestly.
Sure. Well, actually, my reactions, you're getting it real time. I'm like, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, and again, I mean, the decision was made by the industry, the adult industry, long ago with the VHS thing because the equipment, the material to produce was less expensive.
Yeah,
It was more readily available. I'm sure across the board, it's just easier to do. Blu-ray won over the other option, HD,
mm,
DVD or whatever
yeah,
HD, whatever that format was called.
yeah. I
I don't
I
even remember
forget.
anymore. Yeah, but but it won for obvious reasons, and one of them was that on each side of the disc you could put 40 gigabytes of information, whereas a movie was only 4.
Yeah,
So the storage potential of the Blue Laser was far better,
yeah.
for less expensive, and the Blue Lasers were easier to make. I mean, the cost of a Blu-ray drive right now is like $15. I mean, it's
Really?
not. It's well, no,
Fuck.
I mean, no. If you wholesale
Oh,
OEM rather than, yeah, no, but to actually record in Blu-ray is a little more expensive to cut a Blu-ray
mm,
disc, but a
yeah,
reader, is
yeah,
less
yeah,
expensive. So what's going to be more readily, adopted by the market is obviously what will win. And there she is, the obviously lovely,
yeah.
according to,
Hello.
Hey,
hey,
Christy.
it's according to daddy issues.
I
Hi,
know,
sweetheart.
right?
I
What's going
know.
We
on?
were. I was just talking about the tweet you shared.
Which
Um,
one? I share a
Oh,
lot of tweets.
I just got
hey,
rid of the tab. It was the one where it was like, Pornhub's gonna be on Xbox.
Well, I just retweeted what Dollified sent. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm I just thought, I'm like, I was looking at that. I'm like, what the fuck? But at the same time, it's like, well, it's like I'm gonna laugh my ass off if you find it on the Nintendo Switch. If you find it eventually on Nintendo.
Whoa. Obviously, I don't have any of those consoles or anything, but I imagine it's not that hard to do, right? I mean,
Well, okay, so from what I understand, and I have a feeling Culture Casino really knows, so he can correct me. So basically, a those video game consoles are just computers with a much bigger graphics card and
mhm.
sound card. So yeah, they can connect to the internet and stuff. Yeah, but at the same time, they don't. It's not so much like a PC or a Mac. So it's like it's a little bit. You can't really surf the internet on on a on a thing, because they basically, it's like all those apps that they have. They're independent apps, like an app on your iPhone or app on
Mhm.
your Android.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's actually very inefficient. I mean, the browser apps that exist on consoles nowadays are incredibly inefficient. Most people don't want to scroll around with their thumbsticks trying to
Yeah,
pick a letter. It's incredibly inefficient. So you have to actually buy an external keyboard that plugs into either the controller or that actually connects to the console. That's a lot of stuff that most people don't want to go out and get. So
mm,
in order, when you make an app or have a built-in app that's already existing on the console, it makes life much simpler. I mean, that's it's the same thing with any of the streaming devices like the Roku's and the Fire Sticks and stuff like that. It's the
God,
same concept.
I hate fucking going on YouTube with the Roku because you have to like type out every little letter you want. I'm like,
Frustrating.
yeah,
my TV, it has Amazon Prime button, and I just hit Amazon Prime. That's it. That's all I got to do. That lovely remote.
No worries. So yeah, how are you doing, Christy? How you doing? Sure.
I'm well. So I started off back at working full time at the office today, and it's been a weird experience because
you have to wear pants.
No, well, yeah. Honestly, I wear shorts, but what? A fucking cat does this every fucking time.
Your cat's like, shut up, Christy, shut up.
Hi, lady.
Hello,
Hold
cat.
on, I'll get on camera real quick. Say hi.
Hello.
I have it really low because my eyes. I have a screen all day, so it's
all right.
But it's weird. I've only gone into the office like 3 or 4 times in the last 6.5 months, so it's weird being back full time. And I was just like, I
can't
live stream. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a little rough that work gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
the fun stuff.
How you guys?
Oh man, like, well, I'm still unemployed, and like when I had to file for unemployment, I had to like usually what I had to do was like, okay, you just fill in one business, one thing, or at least one job that you have applied to this week, and then that's it. But they're like, you have to do a bunch. You have to like do one every day. It's like you have to like put in one for every day, and then if you don't, you have to explain why you weren't looking for a job every day. I was like,
I don't miss the days of unemployment because I mean it sucks.
Yeah. Well, what was really annoying is frustrating because it's like I hate paperwork. I'll do paperwork, but I don't. But the next thing is that in all honesty is I'm happy to. It's not that I don't want to work. It's just I'm not all that enthused about going back and doing like corporate QA type stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'd rather. What one of them, like I was saying, I don't know how, if you just came in or whatever, but like I was coming in. Well, never mind. I was going to reiterate what I said earlier, but that's neither here nor there. It is basically me catching up with you guys and seeing how you're doing. I will say this. I do apologize for the past few weeks. It's just there's been a few health things with my girlfriend. By the way, she says hi.
Hi.
Well, hello, Willie's girlfriend. Okay, sorry, that phrasing.
No, it's all right. It's fine. It's fine.
You know what? Really, it's called life. It's called this is the internet. At the end of the day, I love talking with you guys, but the internet doesn't pay my bills or anything like that. It doesn't get me from point A to point B. So yeah,
no, that's true. I'll be honest. If I could be able to do the type of entertainment I'd want to do on YouTube, I'd happily do. I'd happily be like under a freeway pass doing stuff just to entertain people because that's just who I am. So I feel an onus to, if I'm not here doing what I do for you, not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
There's, it's like I feel like kind of slacking off, especially for how nice everyone's been in trying to help me grow and stuff. So
you've gotten a lot better in the last like 3-4 months since like the first live stream I've ever been on with you.
Yeah.
You're I mean, you're more confident, I think. I mean, it has to build up. It really does.
Yeah. Well, you know what? No one's here, so I don't mind saying. Okay. How about this? Before I waste your time with what I was saying earlier,
okay.
I'm curious on your guys' take on the WandaVision.
Yeah. Well, Christy, you go first, and then I'll see exactly how much you say that I agree with.
Actually had I loved Lorena's stream last night, but I got really annoyed because I mean, Culture, you were really cool. You were kind of quiet, but everybody was talking over it, and I couldn't hear anything. So
no worries. I'm looking for it right now, and I'm gonna send you a link in the thing.
No,
okay?
I've seen it since then.
Oh,
And
you've seen? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Going back but when I was listening to Lorena's stream, I kind of agreed with what Polly was talking about, and even Fat Steven Seagal. And if he's hearing this, oh my God, I agree with him to a certain extent. I do think I know, right? It's kind of hard for me because I'm not a comic book person. So how I look at it is I really think she's inside like her own world that she created. That's what I think, or however they were talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably that is most likely it. So I can tell you this from a comic person. So they're borrowing from a couple of different storylines. One was there was a mini series it was Scarlet Witch and the Vision, and it was basically the storyline was them settling down in suburbia, and even Kel Sapri, even magically having kids. And it turned out the kids were not real; they were just illusions. And also, it seems to also I seem to get hints that it's supposed to also be based off this early 2000s storyline called House of M. Oh, hello, Rowan Ginger.
Hey, Kate.
Is it a show or a movie? What do you mean? Is it a show or a movie?
She's talking about
WandaVision. WandaVision is a television program.
Yeah,
it's a
TV show.
Six episode series for now. They left themselves wiggle room to have a second season, and it is it's very interesting. And Willie is setting it up really well. So.
Hi, by the way, Rowan Ginger. I didn't know you before, so it's nice to meet you. So basically, the thing in House of M, because her powers, as nebulous as they are, is that basically is like, aside from shooting energy blasts, she can warp reality and probability, which was the whole explanation for why she was able to have kids from a robot. So it looks like it looks like that might be a bit of basically warping the world to fit what she no, I understand. That's like I just know that because I know the comics, because like I know the comics very well. That's why but it's like, anyway, go continue, Christy. I'm cutting you off.
Go ahead. You were explaining it really quick. You'll get better, and you were really explaining it.
No, it's fine. It's like I was. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just pretty much a thing of those two storylines. But outside of that, I have no effing clue, and that's what bugged me about the trailer.
Well, maybe that's a good thing with the trailer though, because it does kind of have that suspense. But that one actress who's in the witch uniform or that witch
Catherine Hahn.
I can't stand her.
Well, what's funny was that because for one of the other shows that I kind of stopped and got to get back up again I was looking into the rumor mills, and so basically she's supposed to be playing a witch character from Fantastic Four named Agatha Harkness. That's the rumor, and she basically and how she fits in with the lore is that she's kind of like your like friendly neighborhood witch lady, and like she was a teacher to Scarlet Witch, and I'm going to act so. And here is like what she looks like on the wiki, so you can kind of see. So that's kind of what she's doing, but it seems like from the vibe I got from the trailer was that it was like this plus wacky neighbor, wacky friend character from sitcoms.
Wait, I'm looking at the Wikipedia for WandaVision. Kat Dennings is going to come back as Darcy Lewis from the Thor 1 and 2. Why?
She's got nice boobs.
I'm not
sorry.
saying,
Sorry.
I'm not saying she doesn't have nice boobs.
No.
I would. I mean, I'm. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I can appreciate the female form too.
It's okay. I was just being raw. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm being raunchy.
But
it's like, well, hey, I mean, she's.
it was just weird to see that because she's such a secondary character in the Thor movies, and I mean, we haven't seen her since. What was it?
Second one.
Thor. What was it?
Thor. Dark World.
Dark World. That's what it was.
Yeah, with the magic elf people, or it was Doctor Who playing the evil elf person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, from what I understand, they're gonna tie in a few more things from the past MCU stuff and kind of bring it in now, like Thunderbolt Ross, the old guy in Incredible Hulk and Civil War. Like there are rumors that he's supposed to be playing a larger role in this up in like the upcoming phases. Oh, hello.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, say hi or open airlock policy. How are you? So that's that. What do you think, culture?
Oh, well, I mean, it's pretty for me. It's I think you've tackled exactly where exactly where it's coming from. Number one, I think you've pinned it down as far as the comic book lore goes. You're right. I mean, they're going to be in that alternate reality that's created inside the sitcom world of television. So it has a and I think I talked about this a little bit on Nerd Cookie stream earlier today for her 10,000 celebration. It's a very high concept. This is one of those thinkable things for people, but it's you're essentially going to be living in like a Dick Van Dyke show or a Lucy show or whatever, and then it's going to morph, and it just kind of morphs through the periods of television. But they've left themselves way through not only the 6 series thing, but they left themselves an escape hatch at the end. If it ends at this 6th episode, that's fine. If it doesn't, there's an escape hatch to get a 2nd season. So,
because okay, I have to word this kind of carefully because it kind of can sound like a no duh, but what kind of bothered me with the trailer was that you get while you understand the concept, you don't get what it's about,
which is good.
And that kind of bothered me because it was like it's not to me. Now, granted, while I hate surprises, granted, at the same time, it's like, well, okay, they're in this world, and so what? And that's what kind of bothered me was it's like I didn't get a sense of like, all right, they're in this world, now what? They're in this thing where they can kind of turn into sitcoms, now what? And that's what kind of like, I'll be honest, I'm gonna wait until unless there's like another trailer out there that can kind of help that. I'm just gonna wait till like I hear some reviews and then I'll go see it.
Who's the lady that's the black lady that's like flying out and lands in the grass?
Okay, so like a ramp. So basically, there was a different there was another Captain Marvel after Carol Danvers, who her name was Monica Rambeau. I forget if she gets her powers the same way that Captain Marvel did in the comic. Actually, originally in the comic, So that's her. So she was basically Captain Marvel for like a while in the 70s in the Secret War. She was Captain Marvel, and she was leader of the Avengers. So that, and then she just kind of became her own thing. The thing I don't get it. Well, I don't know if she's going there. I don't know if they're going to make her Captain Marvel or not. But I mean, they're probably just going to make her one of her other like alter ego names that she picked afterwards. But so she gets the power, and then she becomes Captain Marvel. But if memory serves, it's not. She doesn't get it through, because in the original. So how they did it in the comics originally was that they were wearing gauntlets called negabands, and they basically like clash the rings together, and they would turn into the superhero Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
So that's how they did that. And like, actually, Carol Danvers, I don't think, she was not the first Captain Marvel. She was a friend of the first Captain Marvel, and she later became Captain Marvel. Because the first Captain Marvel, the first Marvel Comics Captain Marvel was actually a man. Was actually Marvel. This guy named, which is basically they took kind of like they basically took like a bunch of things, and like Martian Manhunter was one of the inspirations. You can kind of tell they took from, along with Samson and Goliath, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. And but yeah, so I mean, anyway, I'm going off topic here. So
not at all.
But yeah, that's that. So that's that. But it's like what. But yeah, that's what bothers me though. It's just it's just the fact that it's like, when you go like, it's like, for me, it's kind of like, oh well, we're gonna have this and this happen. I'm like, okay, well that's fine. Like, we're gonna make a movie about gay cowboys, for example. For me personally, it's like, okay, well, what are these gay cowboys doing? It's like, the fact that they're gay cowboys, that's fine. I don't care.
What's the context behind it?
Yeah. I just want to know what the general story is. That's like the set dressing. And so to me, the sitcom part is the set dressing. And it's like, I'm kind of wonder, is it supposed to be like a Truman Show type thing? I'll be honest, I'd be so on board if it was like a Truman Show type thing, where it's like they create this reality, and like Scarlet Witch didn't even realize that she was making this reality, and it's just like they live in like they have like a that kind of that weird Matrix Truman Show type feel, where it's like nothing is real. Like, I would be on board for that. But
I kind of see that, and Kate brings up a good point in the chat. It's going to be kind of a campy one-off, as of right now. And but I just thought about that. Just seeing her comment. What if it was like something with all this crap that happened with Infinity War and Civil War and stuff like that? She just broke.
Yeah, that's possible.
But I wonder if that was something.
That is something actually in the comics. That is actually her. So, like I was saying earlier, with the part where in Scarlet Witch and Vision, where she had kids, when it found out her kids were an illusion, mental breakdown. What kind of triggered her to do the thing in House of M that I was saying? Mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah. Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I think you're onto something, Willie. I mean, I understand why you're looking for more context. You're just not going to get it in that first trailer. You'll have some more inklings later on. Consider it like a teaser for a movie. They're going to leave you with they're going to keep you with a lot.
So that's not the main trailer. I thought the teaser trailer was the Super Bowl one. That's why I was confused.
Well, that was easy for the other, the three as a whole, though, because you had Loki and the Winter Soldier in the mix. So this is kind of like a first teaser trailer.
And keep in mind, Willie, I had seen. We're going back over a year now. A year ago, August. So that's like 2019. I had seen a whole lot of this stuff, and I had seen enough information and pieces of clips of animatics and stuff that I kind of knew where this show was going. You're gonna start to see. You're going to start to see more about the show. Yes, this was technically not a teaser, but you're going to see more about the show in the future. Consider that a buildup. But even if you don't, and again, I appreciate where you're coming from in the conundrum here. They can't, because it's such a small, short batch thing. They can't give away too much. The hook is what's happening. So the what is happening thing is going to be part of the story. So you can't give away the show. That's one of the problems with, like, if you go back in time and you look at 1980s movie trailers, 1990s movie trailers and stuff, they give away essentially the entire plot. So going into the film, I mean, you kind of know where things are going to go. I mean, there were very few exceptions. Most of them were action movies, and most of them were like the blockbusters, like Die Hard and Lethal Weapon and stuff like that. This show can't give you all of that information, because then it's lost its primary hook. Its primary hook is what the hell is going on.
Okay. Well, so. I was gonna. Do we want to go down this road?
This road. There's like only 4 people watching. Go down this road.
That's like the premise with the Mandalorian. I hardly know anything about Star Wars other than the Skywalkers, Chewie, Han Solo, and just like Anakin's redemption and stuff like that. But that is, when I saw the first trailer of it, I was like, okay, this is like a space western. That's how I like the spaghetti westerns and stuff like that from the 60s, 50s, how I thought it was. And it's kind of started out that way, but I don't know. That's just my impression.
No, it's fine. Well, because so here's the thing, because I didn't care about the trailer for Mandalorian. I actually didn't see it at first until after a while, after I heard enough people were giving good praise, because I was burned by the prequels. I was burned by Last Jedi. But that whole Western, I noticed that whole Western thing in the beginning, and that's actually what Star Wars was. There was a space Western, because I think it was Dan Rather, in his review for Star Wars, compared Han Solo to a cowboy. He's basically your outlaw desperado type person, and is they're so it's basically a bunch of cowboys trying to rescue a princess. And it's it's that. That's what drew me into Mandalorian, was that Western thing. And it's I get where I get where you're coming from with that. So I understand. It's just one of those things where it's I probably would be, because I'll be honest, I'm not in I understand there's 2 things I have to put a caveat on. I'm not that thrilled about the Marvel movies and stuff. I can't even convince my girlfriend to go see them because she hates the event. She hates all the Marvel movies now too. We don't care. Yeah, we don't care. I'll be honest, I was sad when that last Spider-Man movie came out, because I was like, fuck this shit, and I'm out. And I love Spider-Man. I love that character. So it's for me, the fact that it was I knew Marvel. Yeah, space pirates. Yeah, space pirates, semantics. Yeah, true. Anyway, so that's why it's for me, it's for most people, the fact that Marvel's going to get them into it, and then it's I get, and I can understand that this little thing more is even more of a hook. But for me, since that first part isn't there of me being yeah, it's a Marvel, it's kind of well, what else you got? I think that's the case, to be fair. Because I'll be honest, the only thing I was interested in seeing in Phase 4 was the Doctor Strange movie. That's it. I think
I think you're not alone, Willie. I think a lot of people have soured on the MCU, which you know, a lot of people are shifting to the MCU, and I
Yeah.
think that you're also not alone, in that the Doctor Strange 2 film is the draw, and it's the
Oh
draw
yeah.
for most people, including myself.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you 100%. I think that's the only film I'm interested in. I was interested in Black Widow, despite the fact that it's about 6 years too late.
Yeah.
But you know, I now that I've heard more about it, there's a lot of anti-marketing going on with that film.
Well, here's the one thing I'm the only like at first I was kind of like I think it was the second trailer or something like that kind of sold me. But what I'm interested in seeing is because in around like earlier, like late last year, earlier this year, when like the film wrapped, there was some rumors going on about the stingers, the end credits.
Yeah.
And basically was that the fact that the reason why Taskmaster was kind of so mysterious, and the reason why is that is basically they're going to make a Dark Avengers or Evil Avengers, and they're going to have blonde Black Widow. They're going to have Taskmaster being like the Evil Avengers, and then they're going to have basically Thunderbolt Ross becoming the Hulk, which was called like Red Hulk or Rolk. And so basically, it's like you're having and there's rumors that the Falcon and Winter Soldier is actually going to tie into that. And so like that's the thing I'm kind of wanting to see is like, are they going to be doing that? I'm like, that's the only thing. I'm kind of intrigued as just a movie person. Like I give no fuck.
I think you have to sell it to people like me though. And as
Yeah.
a normie, half of that crap doesn't sound interesting at all.
Yeah.
Infinity War, like my top 2 favorite MCU movies are Winter Soldier and Infinity War. I freak, and then Endgame, it is what it is. Spider-Man.
To be honest, I've never seen an Infinity War. I haven't seen that one.
Have mercy.
No,
The
no,
oh, I'm sorry.
I
Go
haven't
ahead.
seen. No, it's like I haven't seen Ragnarok. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Far From Home and
Well, you're not
Captain
missing
Marvel.
anything.
I haven't seen either of the Spider-Man movies other
saw
than the beginning.
I saw the first one because A, it was Spider-Man, and B, Michael Keaton is one of my favorite actors. So I'm like, yes, but I am bummed.
That's Iron Man boy.
Yeah, he should have been Green Goblin, because I still like, I would have loved, like if I was like a Bruce Timm of cartoon, if I was like a animation producer thing of like a Marvel universe type thing, I would have cast Michael Keaton as Norman Osborn Green Goblin, because then he can do his regular voice as Norman Osborn and then his Beetlejuice voice as Green Goblin, and it would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway,
no, but you're right. But you see, when I reach back and I go, okay, what are the MCU films that I will put back in and watch, or I will, you know, because I have the discs and the blue, you know, the digital, both of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And the answer is pretty easy. I'll put in the original Iron Man film.
Yeah.
Because it basically created what we know as the MCU, and it was a very clean version of the MCU at that time. I enjoyed the first Avengers film. So, and go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree. I did too.
And then the final film that I enjoyed was Winter Soldier. And I think you'll find a lot of people will pick, if they're going to pick a Captain Marvel movie, it will be probably Winter Soldier above, you know, the first Avenger, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What irritates me the most? What irritates me the most about this is that they retroactively removed some people's status.
By naming them the Avengers, by naming it after Captain Marvel's freaking jet plane. Yeah. No, I agree. I rolled but at the same time, Captain America is still the first Avenger. But
sure. But you know what I'm saying is
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely,
yeah, because the Avengers Initiative was created because of
Nick Fury.
yeah,
Or
and but because of Captain America. It wasn't because of
right, yeah,
Stunning and
Captain
Brave Chick.
Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
So,
Olsen.
well, actually, what's funny?
No.
What's funny is actually so my picks actually it's Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians was so great.
Oh, I love
man.
that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That is actually one I'm also because and I'm gonna do for one of my rumor videos. I just have to get around to it. Is like there's a rumor of like who because you saw that trailer of the Suicide Squad where it's like basically it's like a more of a superhero war movie than Avengers. It's like there's a Bounty in the Comics did had an article a while ago of a rumor of like who the villain is, and it's like the villain is just it's so James Gunn. It's like think Slither. Think Slither is basically the villain. Well, I'm saying it to Christy because like I don't know Christy.
Well, I mean, like I always kind of hold like when I see the Guardians of the Galaxy, I remember watching the cartoons as a kid, and I thought they were the most boring superheroes ever.
Well,
so what they did with the what he did with the movies, I think is great. But how do you do the third one? How do you top that?
I don't know. Well, so here's the funny thing. Funny thing about that. So the lineup of the because the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of were like a space Justice League in the comics originally, because you had and actually the original lineup of the Guardians of the Galaxy was Yondu and the other Ravager, those main Ravengers, like Sylvester Stallone and the other people. Those were kind of the main ones. Now, it was in I think 2005. They did a comic book story arc that basically reboot the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they basically took that lineup and even some of the looks of that of the Guardians of the Galaxy for that, and they put that for that movie. With like Drax, like that lineup with Drax.
I know that.
Yeah, and even having Ronan as the bad guy, because Ronan was the bad guy in that. It was called Annihilation Conquest. Annihilation Conquest was the sequel to it. But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, you're right. It's like they took a very boring and weird. Hell yeah, lady. I like you, Ginger. Rowan Ginger. I like you. I mean, I like the cut of your jib.
I hate to cut in, but
no, go ahead.
Star-Lord has mommy issues in the first one, and then he has daddy issues in the second one.
You would know that. You would know all about mommy and daddy issues, particularly the daddy one.
Don't
feel too bad. I got them too.
I mean, seriously, I really do. My bio dad was an asshole, but I'm just like, holy crap, this really is a lot of daddy issues in this year. When I was looking at those movies, Culture Casino is now Nerd Cookies.
Nice. Can I ask you? I want to ask your guys' opinion on something.
Yeah.
So, my birthday's coming up, and my girlfriend was asking me what I wanted for my birthday. And I was pretty much like, aside from birthday sex, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't care. I'm not like, I'm happy that you're kind of healthy and well. And then she's like, well, what is it you need? What is it you should, like, what is it you kind of want? And I mean, and I was trying to tell her, like, the only thing I need is like maybe like a manscaping razor, which she's never going to get. That's like, that's ew. I would never, but it's like, what should I ask her to get me? That's the point. I don't know, but I'm just asking for her advice. Like, any good movies, maybe.
I mean, maybe a birthday card. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get tons of birthday cards. That's how their family rolls. My in-laws roll.
So you were asked specifically what you would actually want.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I jokingly said birthday sex because I knew that's not going to happen. But I mean, it's like I don't know.
The gaming. Okay, so so for me, comes down to gaming stuff.
Mm,
You know, and the rest of the nerdy stuff I already kind of do for myself.
mm,
So, I mean, if somebody could find me a PlayStation 5, I'd be like jumping for, joy.
mm-hmm,
Um, Otherwise, financial contributions towards like more nerdy stuff. I'm one of those
mm,
people. I'm very simple. And I don't have a lot of wants. I'm also one of those types.
mm,
Like for example, like Kate picked out some really great stuff. And that's one of the things Kate does. If you follow her on Twitter,
Mhm.
she Rowan Ginger Raven. She
Oh, that's
she
her Twitter
is
handle? Because
yeah, she's a
I'm
deck
actually looking. I'm
yeah,
gonna stalk her right
yeah.
now and
Yeah,
look for her.
she's a decorator. She's a space planner. She does some really cool stuff for offices
Oh.
and things like that. And I know she's got a flair, so I'm sure she can do any kind of interior decoration. But so she has some things, and so whenever like I get a whim, and she posts something, like I might pick something off of her list. And if you use her affiliate link, then she gets some revenue from that. So when she posts something and you go through it on Twitter, she gets, yeah, I know you're an interior designer, but you do like officey stuff, right? I mean, she's like, there's a delay here, so this is going to take a little while for her to
Mm.
answer. But
No, it's all right.
anyway,
But
so
I
yeah,
just followed you, by the way. Rowan
yeah,
Ginger Raven.
yeah, Kate's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like, so that's the kind of stuff I find. I mean, I find that my friends like post links to stuff that I would be interested in, and then I can point other people towards that. You know what I mean? Be like,
Mm,
hey, here's like, I'll like, tweet a link to somebody, or, whatever, copy the link and message them or whatever. And
mm,
I mean, that's just, I'm a simple dude. I don't buy stuff. I mean, if I'm not working with something that I'm doing business wise, then I'm doing this, and I'm
yeah.
researching stuff. And I'm a nerd. I have 3D printers. I've, carving stuff. I dedicate space to, like, doing animatronic things. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm just,
Oh, dude. Seriously, I gotta. You would love my girlfriend.
okay.
You
Well,
would love.
then that's
I
a
gotta
shame.
get her. I know. I gotta get her on. I gotta get. It's like she's like, oh no, I'm embarrassed getting on. I gotta get her on because there's like so many people I know she would that's like that she would just love meeting. And it's like, because she does that too. She actually is well, right now she's actually sculpting a giant a statue of a type of New Zealand bird for her mom for her birthday, and she's like making it out of clay.
Mhm.
Just say tools. Well, I'm not much of a hardware person. This is my father-in-law's stuff. I don't. I'm a nerd too, but not in that way. I'm more of like filmmaking nerd or animation nerd. But yeah, you have a point though. I'm sorry. Here's the context. Anyway, but yeah, and damn it, I
You know,
gotta get her on. I gotta get her on sometime. I have to like I'll have to, oh, dude, that's cool.
that's
Dude,
so cool.
like the 3D print. Here, I don't know if you can see. So the yellow one was basically it's like a 3D printer for kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that was for me for Christmas because I was interested in trying to make action figures and stuff.
You can.
And well, yeah, no, yeah, but I mean, I had trouble with the thing with 3D printing. So she basically studied her ass off on 3D printing, and she just was like, she's into 3D printing now, and she had
Oh
like we
yeah.
got the black one. That's well, basically both of them are hers, but the black one is like hers for trying to 3D print miniatures and stuff. Like she's mostly been printing D&D miniatures and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. Minis. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why I figured you would like it.
No, man, that's my wheelhouse, dude. I mean, I spend a lot of time, like some of my graphics and 3D elements that I use for video production and things. Those are all I design those all in Fusion 360. So
Mm,
I build them in 3 dimensions
yeah.
in specifics, either in millimeters or inches. And I do the same thing for 3 dimensional carving. So for additive manufacturing, destructive manufacturing, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that comes out of the fact that my grandfather was a civil engineer. So my first job at age 13 was to learn how to be a civil engineer. He wanted me to take over the company. So, but I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
interesting.
yeah, I had no interest in that. I at that point in time, I thought math was dumb.
Yeah.
So but my mind was built for it because I was a musician. So it's like,
Ah,
okay, I just had to, it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, maybe I should have paid more attention to what he
yeah.
wanted me to do. But you know what?
Oh,
I wouldn't trade anything at all. And
sorry.
Kiwi bird. No, that's
Well,
cool.
no. She was no. So she was. So when I called her a kiwi, and I was gonna wait till you were done.
No, no, go
But
ahead. Okay.
I didn't. I was interested in hearing what you had to say. So I was like, it's like,
No,
no, dude,
no,
really? I was like, oh,
you're
but
not.
no. So
You won't reduce my you will not you won't ask Christy. You can't stop me talking once I get started. So
Oh
well,
God, no.
so
That's the reason why I
so
live last night when he does his like ending. I was like, well, here's Culture's 10-minute outro and stuff like that.
no.
But you know what I'm really jealous of? I was like, I want a Nintendo Switch so bad, but I'm not going to spend the money on it because I was like, no. I mean, I see it. I mean,
Okay.
it's pretty. I'm looking at the GameStop where close to where I'm at. It's about, it says about 295, 300,
Mhm.
but
Mm,
that's I'm not spending that much money.
okay.
Well, you got
Oh, can I
no,
pause
go
the
Willie.
conversation for a
Yeah,
second? I
yo,
want to
go for
answer
it, my
her thing.
man. Go,
So
go.
Rowan, so a Kiwi is a person from New Zealand, and they're called Kiwis because of the Kiwi bird. And actually, the Kiwi fruit was a man-made fruit from New Zealand that they called Kiwi after the Kiwi bird. So it's all tied to it's all New Zealand tied. So when you call someone a Kiwi, you're just basically from New Zealand. But you know what though, Christy, is like you kind of got me think. Well, like I mean, culture and you got me both thinking. But it's like going on your Switch, going on the thing about the Switch, was because I'm a shitty gamer. I like video games. I just really suck bad at them. And so, but there was this one thing I saw where it was like this console for like all the arcade games. You could plug it in your TV and you could play all these old school arcade games like Final Fight and Darkstalkers and stuff. And so I think I might ask her for that. But yeah, yeah. So I might that is that because that's something because like I have a retro console Super Nintendo because I love Super Nintendo even though I sucked
I have
balls
one
at it.
too. I love playing
Yeah.
Super Mario
Oh,
Kart.
oh, I'm the hard part is for me to try and get her to play with me because she's a huge gamer, but she's like, "Ugh, I don't like these graphics. These graphics just look like shit." And it's like, fuck off. It's like I beat these games a million times. Why would you want me to play them? It's like, fuck, woman, no, because I like playing with you. But no, yeah, well, okay. I don't like no, I totally get you though on the Switch. I totally get you. And I'm glad that you guys inspired me to ask her for that. I just have to find it. And I'll look especially to see if GF girlfriend sculpting. Dude, shit, there's times I wish I could sculpt my girlfriend.
No,
Anyway,
no, no. That she's a sculptor, I think, is what she would say.
oh, you're not
Yeah.
girlfriend sculpting, you're just sculpting. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool. You
No,
too?
that your girlfriend sculpts, I think,
Oh
is
yeah,
maybe
she
what
has
she would
yeah.
say.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No. Yeah. So she has a Etsy store where she makes jewelry and little figurines. Um,
Cool.
I don't. As much as I'd love to plug her,
No, I get it.
that'd be kind of like I'd feel kind of like uncomfortable about it.
Yeah. That's
But
cool. Don't do it. I mean, yeah, we just be, do what you do, Willie. Do
no,
what you
well,
want to do.
okay, well, no, I mean, well, I meant like for the audience because it's like I
Mm.
didn't want to make my audience feel bad. Uh, kind of
Yeah.
showing off my girl's Etsy
Your
store.
channel. It's your channel, Willie.
That's doesn't matter. Doesn't
All
matter
right.
because
I get you.
that's yeah
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
because way I see it is that because being an entertainer is kind of a service job,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Oh,
just
absolutely.
like just like being a manager, and so I'm here to serve. So that's why I kind of get a little bit apprehensive.
Sure.
Okay, here it is. Okay, so here's her. All right, so I found her. Okay, here I'll go. I found her. I'm just gonna share this because I found her. I found her Facebook page, and I'll just go to it from there. But she drew this herself. She made the logo herself.
Oh, cool.
And she's
Nice.
yeah. Some of the stuff she made, like she made these earrings, the caramel apples. Some of them, like she's like found stuff and put together. But yeah,
that's cool, man.
But yeah, she's. Wait. Oh, am I still? Hold on. Am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm showing the wrong. It opened a new portal. So let me just.
Gotta love StreamYards.
Yeah. So I'm. This is
You're
also
good,
why I
man.
didn't want to take the time. Anyway, now going back to here. So you see the thing with like the strawberries. She sculpted those herself. Like up here, these little apple things she sculpted herself. And she'll make stuff from little odds and ends and stuff. So and she made these figurines. She actually made these for me because I the Dracula and the Frankenstein because I love the old Universal horror movies, and so she did that for me, which is really cute. It was like one of her first stuff, but yeah. So was just showing off. Hello, Subhuman 84. What's going on here? I am basically showing off my girl's work. That's it. Because we ran out of the other stuff to talk to, and this is pretty much a chill stream. But yeah, check her out on Etsy. She's Kiwi Cottage, and I'm just gonna put it in the chat in case you're interested. There. Okay. Now enough. All right. Now enough plugging, because she's not. Because I use that as the carrot to dangle her coming on. I'll be like, you can plug your Etsy store, but she don't come. But so what I was saying before, because I know you said you caught some of it culture. So if I'm being boring repetitive, I'm happy to shut up. So
man.
One of the things that also has been kind of keeping me from this is I've been actually seriously working on trying to get an animated series going.
Yeah.
And basically it's like an animation studio and an animation series. And basically the whole ethos of the animation studio is basically it's like the things that we keep saying in like, the fandom menace and in Comicsgate and all that stuff, we're just putting that in here for TV. So we're like basically like making stuff. So I'm basically like, my goal is to make stuff for fans, aim it towards boys 6 to 14. It's like aim to that audience that Hollywood seems to not care about.
Yeah,
that's my goal. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think that you sent me a little bit, and I'm excited for you. I want you to find whatever you need, and if there's any way I can help, like I said in our private conversation, I'm more than happy to help.
No.
I support creation of any kind, whether it's your girlfriend, making jewelry or sculpting or whatever, or the people being involved in making miniatures and selling those. I mean, I'm a huge fan of creation. I'm a creative person. And so when I see other people doing that, I want everybody to do their art and do their thing, because that's all we talk about in our community is creating things for others that they will enjoy. That's the most important thing, well, and there's no agenda behind, there should never be agenda behind creation.
No, it should all be entertainment. Well, I mean, one of the things, like, because I was looking at putting it on YouTube at first, kind of like, I don't know if you ever heard of this anime called Ruby. It's RWBY. It was by this animation studio called Rooster Teeth, and they basically like put it on YouTube, and it basically was like YouTube. It was proudly for a while YouTube's original programming, and then it appeared on other platforms.
Well, Willie, I know Rooster Teeth very, very well, going
Okay.
way back to Red versus Blue,
Oh,
which
okay.
was one of
Okay.
my very favorite,
No. Okay. Okay.
creations ever.
Cool.
I mean,
I try to I have to give context just in case. But anyway,
yeah,
so
no, yeah,
but it seemed like that would not be the best way to get the not prestige, but basically it's like one of those things where it's like, for
traction.
example, with traction. Because you can't, it's like if you get 1,000, so basically the way Hollywood sees YouTube is that you would have to have your videos would have to have over 1 million views in order
Sure.
to be viable. And
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because what you would get from it is $1,000. And it's like the reason why the YouTubers make them, make money, bank, is because they get millions of views on a
Yep.
bunch of videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And for an animation and for an animated, and to try and do an animated, dude, what did you do to piss her off, man?
Oh no! I said, what did I say?
I don't know. It's like shit.
No.
Oh, I love donut. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. Rooster Teeth, right there. That's from Red versus Blue. I love donut too.
I was gonna say, because I remember like the like really early YouTube used to be nothing. A lot of it was just animation, and that was great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as it went in, and I even had a small channel like back in 2010. It was like probably about the subs I had now, but it's just, I mean, I got tired of doing it. I wanted to grow up and be an adult, and I was like, I'm like 10 years later, it's like shit. I should have kept that damn channel.
Well, like, well, I'll be honest. Is like when YouTube kind of started, because like a lot of the people like, well, what would you talk about? Well, like a lot of the nerds who would talk about their nerd stuff like they do now. It's kind of like, well, it's kind of like, well, what am I going to say that's different? I agree with some of them, or that's a bag of dozen. And like when I looked into when I looked to kind of even do animation stuff, this was like around 2014, 2016, the animation scene in YouTube, there was an algorithm change, and the animation industry in there just went kaput because they just couldn't, there were just like a 1 or 2 man team. There were there was like for a 1 or 2 man team you can make a living off of doing YouTube, but so that's what happened. And like that's why I was like, so what I'm gonna, and like I was doing a lot of research, and it's like for like the big, for a lot of the big streaming places, it's like you have to know someone or you have to pay a bunch of money for an in-between to get them to like, for example, with Netflix, you have to kind of know someone who's in there to at least get a pitch, and then you have to pitch it to them.
And see, I think that's what the sad thing is. It's because everything is all about like either somebody. It's always like with the job. It's the thing I call the 3 Fs. Like when it comes to like anything like job or corporate, you're either friends, your family, or you're effing somebody.
Yeah.
So it's kind of stuff like that where it's like all the inner workings, like with Hollywood. I mean, even if you're just someone like, oh God, who's a really shitty celebrity, like a Tara,
I
Reid or something like that.
I get you.
Like everything is, it's always semi kind of like interconnected.
Yeah.
And so it's not until you like become popular really in mainstream and that's picked up to where most of the time it's where you see traction.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean,
you look at someone like Justin. I was going to say, look at someone like Justin Bieber, and it took me for so long because I thought his last name was Beaver. So
that's what I thought too.
So, but he's over there doing music online, and I don't know who got a song, Justin Timberlake or whoever, Usher, whoever.
It was Usher that discovered him. I don't know why I know that.
But you see that, but you see that now, but now that's popular is teenagers or people in their 20s like opening up an ice cream and licking it and putting it back on the shelf and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
I just like hell, I still watch the evolution of dance from that one guy.
Yeah, we still do.
I to this day I still watch. Hell, I watched it 4 times yesterday.
Well, and but see, that's a natural thing. I mean, what we find entertaining now, I don't think those types of short form videos of people doing dumb things are entertaining. A lot of people do. America's funniest home videos, entertaining. But, and as far as totally worthless celebrities, I think Kathy Griffin would be amongst them. But you're 100% right. In the entertainment industry, in Script Doctor and Tom and many others will tell you exactly what you were saying. That's exactly how things get made. So it's really hard for someone outside to come in. And what Willie was saying is true. On YouTube, it takes 1 million views to get somebody notice you, and that's a shame because not everybody's going to be a former Pixar employee that creates something called Skywatch that is watched millions of times, and then Seth MacFarlane picks it up and turns it into a program. That's not going to happen to everybody.
Yeah. And the thing is too, is like to get it on what really annoyed me too is to get it on iTunes and Google Play is that you basically have to go to an approved company to get it formatted right. Or else they don't, or else they reject it. And to me, that's kind of BS because I used to work as a contractor for Google Play, and I used to have to review apps. And there was like a few different stages where it's like, oh, you had to make sure, like there was a certain group where it's like you had to make sure that if it was a game that it wouldn't quit. You had to make sure, like, okay, if a certain thing you have to make sure it's like, oh, that you're not doing something violent. And so it's like the fact that they can't like just have your average Joe just kind of go like develop something and encode it and put it up is kind of ridiculous to me. But so that's why I'm going to put it on Amazon because at least with Amazon, they let me do that. So, I mean, it's going to get made. It's just I'm going to try and make it as good as possible.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get it funded to get it made as well as possible.
Well, you have a whole community of people like myself and Christy, and even Tim, who was in the chat, and Rowan, Kate. You have all of us, and everybody else on the outside that will support you in like a GoFundMe or something like that to try to help with financing or to get you to the point where you can get financing because angel capital is difficult to come by, right? And especially for something creative, a creative endeavor like you want to do. But going to a platform like Amazon will afford you exactly what you're looking for, whereas YouTube will put up some barriers and blockades. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so basically, what I'm going to try and do, what I'm looking to do, and I'm going to have to, I'm actually going to consult with a lawyer tomorrow, and I'm going to research. Well, it's a free consultation, but I mean, it's like I stashed away some money, so hopefully, it's like if I like this lawyer, I can afford them, or whatever. But I'm going to try and do what they call equity crowdfunding.
Yeah,
and equity crowdfunding is basically, instead of offering perks, I'm offering a part of my company, and you can offer it to, and like to rich people and to everyday people. And I really like what I was saying earlier is like I really hope that people from like the Fandom Minutes are able to. I'd love them to kind of put in something because it's like I'd love to actually be accountable to them.
Yeah.
Instead of being, like, because I'd love to be accountable to fans than to like some rich person where this is just some portfolio, just something for their portfolio.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's how we got my brother's company off the ground was with that same thing. We went to the friends and family market, in a similar fashion. That's basically what it is. It's just for broader use. It does exactly what you described, so it works very well. There are a lot of endeavors that get going that way, and there are several sites that help manage that.
I'm eyeing a couple. I've been doing quite a few research and trying to eye into it. But so it's like that's knock on wood. because I tried to talk to Andre to get to like at least like if I made a press release.
Yeah.
And he said, well, it's like, well, unless you like secure funding or you secure a distribution deal, it's not quite news. And so it's like,
Right.
all right, it's like challenge accepted, damn it. I want to do it.
But you have that though. And as some, and I know we use like the whole fandom menace umbrella and stuff like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be titled like with fandom. It's like put yourself out there, because.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm. Hold on. Let me stop you there because I think you're kind of getting it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Is like what I just say it kind of as a shorthand for I mentioned this. I mentioned like the Phantom Menace thing as a shorthand because then you understand it's like okay, what the Phantom Menace stand for. That's what this is going to stand for. That's you know
I get that.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry because like I'll be honest, I'm having a tough time.
Some people don't though. They always have to see it as under that umbrella, and not everyone is going to want to have that though. I mean, if it's something that I like, I will support it.
Yeah.
If someone needs like a new computer screen or something like that, and I can chip in $5-10 or something, that's fine.
Well, I'll be honest. It's like was like one of my big concerns with crowdfunding is like at best my family could probably if my family could probably put in like $10 at most or something like that, or it's like not much because they're on fixed incomes. So it's like, dude, it's like I'd feel horrible in asking. And that's why I'd rather open it up to like everybody and be like, hey, because like every couple bucks here and there, because. Yeah, but the whole reason why, but yeah, no, I'm sorry because I'll be honest, I'm having a tough time trying to write out the business plan for it and trying to because there's like a section in the thing where it's like basically your company vision and stuff like that, and I'm even having a tough time trying to articulate outside of outside of that shorthand to put into a thing. So I'm even fucked.
No. You're in good shape, bro. You just have a whole community of people, and we have people that are actually Fandom Menace, and then we have Fandom. Wow, I just went off. Fandom Menace. There's the word. Adjacent folks. That's how I got there. That still they watch the things that are in the community and they participate in the things but they don't hashtag themselves or necessarily identify them that way.
I really don't hashtag myself. I just get clumped together in it.
I always kind of consider myself like the Batman of the Fandom Menace, where it's like, all right, I'll be with them, but it's like I'm not much of a joiner. It's like
I'm just like Culture just did. I'm like ducking my head, like peeking through the window or peeking through the bushes or something like that.
So
there's bars there. There's bars there, and there's like this wall, and she's like Kilroy, and she's like.
She's like a voyeur. She's like, oh yeah.
I mean,
Talk about that toxic femininity.
I'll admit it. There's some creators I like more than others that I hang around and stuff like that. But if it's something I'm gonna listen to, like, it's a Trap Productions. He had like a 14-hour live stream.
Oh, dude, amazing!
So
what a great dude.
What I did,
he hit the number though. He hit the number.
Did he hit his 4,000?
Yeah, well, no, I think he's close. Well, maybe he did. Anyway, that guy's awesome. Alexander Trapp's incredible.
Like a 14-hour thing.
But what I'm saying though is like in between me doing the 3 live streams that I was either on or helping with yesterday and doing homework, I just had a tab open and I just ran it. And I just let it play. Yeah. And I saw the final number was like 108. It was like 180, 190. I kind of got pissed off because if that's all it takes, because he's helped a lot of people like behind the scenes. He helps everybody, and that kind of stuff really pisses me off when it's not a pay it forward type thing.
Well, yeah, it's a Trap Productions. He's a really good dude, Alexander Trapp. He's a really good man. He helps everybody in the world, and I mean that, and so does Christy. But here's the thing. This is the cool thing, Willie. Everybody that I've come across in the community, for the most part, and Christy, you can You can correct me if I'm wrong. That's just the way we are, or most of us are.
I mean, it really is like with Wes. He's nowhere
God,
near
yeah.
he's nowhere near the
He should
sub
be.
count, which he should be. But I know damn sure that he'll probably beat Lorena on the watch hour part.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's live right now. And I love Wes to death, but he was talking about cars. I could give two shits about car talk.
He's one. You're talking about one of my best friends on YouTube right now. I mean,
Well,
Wes and I are pals, and I'm once I won't even qualify it that way. I'm going to do everything I can to get him subs. In fact, I'm on with him tomorrow night. I'm on with him Wednesday night. I'll be on with him on his conspiracy stream. This guy, I swear to God, and I don't do that very often because I don't usually take anyone's name in vain, whatever deity that is, with flying spaghetti monster or whatever. But that this is the next Joe Rogan. This guy, if he actually starts to get into the long form interview style, he's gonna blow up like nobody's business. And that's the kind of thing I want to help somebody get to.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say these words and you can take them for what they are. I've been incredibly blessed in my life, and it comes with a lot of hard work. Things just don't come to you. You're not. There is no privilege that I've seen ever in my life. I've never had it.
Unless you're rich.
Well, and there was no silver spoon in this mouth when I was born. Exactly. So I can tell you that it takes an awful lot of hard work, but when you do it, things come your way, and you'll have ups and downs. You'll be like, I've been unemployed a couple of times.
Kate,
he's an amazing guy. I love him to death.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, because I caught, so with Wes, I try my best to catch Wes's stuff, and I caught some of his live stream yesterday, and it was fun. Like, one of the things that was kind of like that's a blessing and a curse with the Fandom Menace is that there's so many people that you want to see their stuff regularly that you just can't.
You can't.
No,
there's too many of us.
I feel bad. I feel horrible. It's like,
no. Here's the thing. I will look at it this way. I will get 3 out of 4. I'll get 3 out of 4 things somebody does. And that's my goal. Like when Christy makes something, Christy doesn't make enough things, by the way. But when Christy makes something,
don't feel too bad, Christy. You make more than me.
I get a chance to watch it. Yeah, well, Willie, I've been trying to get on the live stream of Doom for a while now. So, but it's just I always have fun, and then I clip you, and then it's always great. So, but it was, dude, the best clip I've ever got was on your stream, and it was courtesy of Mary Mayhem. Yeah. So you made my day. But at the same time, you set up my channel for life. I have lifetime material now because of that clip. So, but no, it was and that's the weird thing is I will catch somebody's stream. I will do something ridiculous. I will create a video and I'll put it on Twitter to promote that person. But that all comes back to me, and that's that. And again, this comes out of my natural stuff, my belief system, which is in karma. I believe if I do good for all of these other people, good things will come back to me. Because and it's just that I believe that's the way life's supposed to work. So Christy's war on candy corn. I am a soldier in Christy's army when it comes to candy corn.
I've been sending Jay like so many like anti-candy corn shit. It's been unreal.
I
stand it.
I hate the candy. I hate candy.
But it's one thing I hate more than candy corn: circus peanuts.
Oh yeah, those like little they're like these little like marshmallowy foamy things. Yeah, those are disgusting because those are stale as hell. But I hate Peeps.
The yellow things? They're shaped
like a peanut. Yeah, shaped like a peanut.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. Yeah.
And I hate Peeps. I fucking can't stand Peeps.
I can't stand Peeps. I can't stand I can't stand the peanuts, and I can't stand candy corn. But the other thing I can't stand is those like little chalk. Do you remember like those little chalky candy things that were in a roll? It's like a plastic clear roll, and there were like these pastel. There was these like little pastel
cuties.
Yeah, I think so. I hate.
And I'm not talking about Netflix. I'm
No, I
talking
know.
about the candy.
No. Oh, black licorice. Oh yeah, black
I
licorice is also
hate
horrible. Yes,
licorice.
runner, you are part of my tribe.
Runner
Oh,
Studios. My
yeah.
mate.
But it's
Sure,
like
I love you to death, but when you meme Justin, get another damn pick other than Justin McProper.
dude, is it like I used to make this joke a lot about Justin Proper. It's like, doesn't he look like Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad?
He does.
It's like I tried making that joke to him. He's like, oh, I don't get it. What? It's like never mind. I just kind of like never mind. I want to make some smart ass joke about it, but and it's like I forget who he was on a stream with someone, and it's like that guy looked like Walt. I forget his
Walter
name.
White.
Yeah,
Walter White.
There was this one
Yeah,
guy.
you know who that is? Shellback. Shellback
yeah.
TJC.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh look, it's like, oh look, it's Walter White and Jesse. But yeah, it's like he's just totally like, oh, I don't get it. What I'm not a big fan of the show, but even I know who.
Wait a minute.
Are.
Wait a minute. I have something. I might have something for you. Oh, I do.
Oh,
and
dude.
Watch. Boom. There he is. Breaking shell.
Ah. Yes.
Well, I have a clip. I have a clip too that I call Shellback's horror.
Oh, dude, play it, please.
Are you sure?
Share it. This is the internet. This is Willie's live stream of doom.
I am not monetized.
Anything's possible.
Never be monetized. So go ahead, go all out.
It's fucking hilarious. Hold on, I sent it to this person, and it's probably gonna echo, but it's not that. Hold on. Wait, I gotta do this. Oh God, I hate having it in DMs, but that's the only way I know how to do it. Can y'all still hear me?
I can hear you.
Sure.
Okay.
If you send it to a real YouTuber like me, I can put it up on the screen.
Shut up.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna add
Share
that.
that, Willie. It only is just Thomas.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, go play it. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I've seen it. That one sends my boner mixed messages. It's like it doesn't know what to do, so it's like a frightened chihuahua.
He hates it. Y'all don't understand. Shellback hates it. I get DMs. I get messages.
Oh, I've seen those.
I love it. I love it. So we're in the fourth wave chat, and Shellback will say something stupid, and Chrissy will smack him with that, and it's just amazing. Oh yeah, he's here. Hey Tim.
Apparently culture looks like you. I don't know. Last I saw you look like Walter White, Shellback.
It's right there.
I know.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Shellback's one of my favorites, and so he comes in. He always, every stream I'm in, he comes in and gives me a hard time. He's like, I didn't get invited. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do like a whole Shellback day stream. It's gonna be incredible. It'll happen.
I put the link in the fourth wave chat. So Shellback was technically invited. So if you didn't come, Shellback, that's on you.
I tried so hard to get him on Lorena's stream yesterday.
Oh, that'd have been awesome.
And I went on Lorena's stream. Fourth wave. I was like, please don't click on this link, and they did anyway.
Well, look, everybody. Look, this is the other thing. So there are just some creators that everybody loves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorena's just one of those. I mean, she is just amazing. She's a great person. She's super smart. She's really funny. Yeah. And her approach is amazing. And she's everywhere. That's the other thing. She is on I don't know. I'm trying to keep up. Okay, so right now I'm on
You're the only other YouTuber who live streams on other people's streams as much as she does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I can't keep up. She's now 2 ahead of me. I'm on 9 other people's live streams. I'm on 9 other people's live streams, and I cannot catch up with her.
God damn it, dude! Don't you have a life? Don't you sleep?
Here's the thing with Justin. Justin owes me for Lorena being on This Week in Bullshit, and he said it before. If my dumb ass didn't put the link to StreamYard on Twitter during a Queen's Council one night, he would have never. It would never happen. Oh, highlight that one more time. Christy is a sadistic bitch. I actually really like her, but don't tell her that.
That's so great.
But see, that's the fun. That's the fun of this. Like, you can talk shit at the end of the day. If I really needed Shellback, if I needed help or advice or something like that, I know he would be the first one of the first people to be like, "What's wrong?"
Oh, Tim's a good dude.
Runner, I don't know if I follow you on Twitter, but just follow me there, and like next time I do, and I'll send you a link.
Wait, but I'm just gonna say this: Runner, go to bed.
Yeah, because I was actually gonna try and cut this off, kind of like stop us.
I know.
Yeah, I know. We were supposed to quit 5 minutes ago, but I get passionate when I start talking about other people because I'm like,
absolutely. I just feel bad because I'm so intrigued with what you're saying. It's like, I know I have to stop it, but I don't want to. This is so cool.
It's so much fun. And the other thing is Kate's Rowan Ginger Raven has started making videos more regularly. Let's put it that way, right, Kate? Are you still here? Still here?
I don't know.
Are you still here?
She is.
You know, I just followed her on Twitter after things, so it's like I'll definitely.
Her name pops up on the YouTube, the chat side.
All right, yeah, she's kind of still here. Yeah, I know, but you need to make more stuff. So yeah.
Anytime too, Runner and Rowan and Shellback.
Yeah. This is always a chill stream. It's always super fun.
Exactly. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna wish Christy and Culture Casino goodbye. You guys take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much for being on. Since Shellback's on here, I'm just gonna go and talk shit with him.
Okay, sounds good. You have a great night, everybody. If you just showed up here because you got a DM or not a DM, but a message in a chat or caught a Twitter or whatever, just make sure you subscribe to Willie. All these live streams he does is super fun. They're completely chill streams. They're absolutely random, and he always has good people on. So, I gotta go to bed, guys. I have real work that I have to do. I have to make money. Yeah, and then Tom and I have a live stream tomorrow morning. So, but that's my man right there. That's my man. That's my man.
Okay, all right. So, take care, Culture. Thank you again for showing up.
No problem.
All right. Do you want me to? Sorry. Do you want me to? Are you? Do you want? Are you?
No.
Exactly.
No, I'll keep the live stream going, and I'll listen to it as I'm like getting ready for bed and everything. How you doing, Turtle?
Hi, Christy.
How you doing, Shellback?
If I didn't know just how damn cute you can be sometimes, I would hate you. But
you don't understand how pleasure it gives me when I put that GIF in the fourth wave
well,
chat.
I know. You use it. You use it more than a $2 whore, okay?
I know I do, but you're not the only one I send it to. And when I send it to a couple people, they're like, "You freaking, I love you, but you blah 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 blah."
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly surprised that tire still has tread on it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because it's like,
because it's what?
Well, I was gonna say it's because it's like the ultimate bait and switch. That's why.
Sure is. That's the reason.
It's boner trap. It's like, that's what sucks. But it's like at first when I first saw you do it, I was like, oh fuck you. I actually was like, oh fuck you, Christy. No. But like after a while, I'm just kind of like, I just shake my head and be like,
so I can put like my Twitter and Instagram is like strictly like according to Christy related like YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But like Facebook is completely like personal with family. So I downloaded that damn just the GIF itself, and I sent it to my brother-in-law as he replied to something, and I've never seen him cuss so much on there. And he deleted it, but not before I took a snippet of what he was saying. It's beautiful. I've never seen so many versions of the word fuck in my life.
I mean, it is funny. It is funny, but you know, it's. I mean, it is kind of a letdown, though. You know, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one where it's like she's gonna take like the one where it's just the girl, and she it looks like she's gonna take off her, like she's taking off the bra or something like that with the towel, and she still has the bra on it. She's just moving, and I was like, yes, it's another good one I can use.
See, to me, that's fine. I'm fine with that. It's like, all right, cool. It's just the fact it turns into an ugly guy. It's like, no, if I want to see an ugly guy, I just look at
Well, but like my StreamYard is like the 3 months has been up to do like the paid version of it, so I'll have to wait till next month to do it again. But like literally the video clip that I have of there is it's literally called Shellback's Horror.
You know what though, Christy, I have to say this. You are an expert troll. You give trolling an art form. I just will say that. I think there are very few people who I've seen who are that skilled at it, who just like, aside from just talking shit and just being like an edgelord, they, you know, you actually put an art to it.
I do.
That's why I can't hate you, but it's like at the same time I'm like, oh fuck.
Well, it's like the whole candy corn shit. Like Shellback likes candy corn. I think it's the devil. But
I'm sorry. Yeah, I disagree with you on candy corn too.
Here's the secret. Here's the secret to candy corn. Okay.
A
little at a time. Okay. Even those of us who like it are not going to eat more than a handful of candy corn at a sitting. You're just not. It's, you know, because I mean it's basically just crystallized sugar. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like the way I always see it is it's like it's hardened frosting. It's like stale frosting.
I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, speaking of frosting, okay, like when I was a kid, you know, quote unquote regular frosting was fine. I mean, I still wasn't a huge fan, I don't think, even back then. But these days, give me like that Cool Whip type of frosting. Anything else is just too much, you know.
Well, my sister-in-law is a baker, and she'll sometimes like just bake cakes and stuff or whatever, or for friends will ask her to bake cake. She knows now. She's now been trained every time she makes a cake to at least give me one of those batters so I can lick it. I lick it clean like a dog because her frosting is so good. There's like certain frostings where I'm like, oh, dude, this is better than sex.
Well, for the record,
Kate, I'm leaving you for frosting.
Yeah. For the record, it's pie over cake. Okay.
Okay.
I would take a pie or a cobbler over a cake any day.
Hey, I have a brother just like that. I get you. I get you.
But I would I hate to talk about candy corn, but it's like, but you know how Shellback says it's in small doses type thing. I forget who said it on Lorena's stream last night, but it's the kind of thing where you see it in a bowl and you forget about it, but as soon as you taste it, you're just like, oh yeah, I remember why I don't like this shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's disgusting.
Well, you know what's funny is so sorry. Oh, cheesecake. Oh,
cheesecake is good too.
I would do unspeakable things for cheesecake.
Yeah, but cheesecake to me though is like you can't eat a bunch of it at once. You have cheesecake is in small doses as well.
Oh no! I used to eat like when I was like a teenager. I'd eat slices this thick of cheesecake.
Yeah,
and I might be like, "Give me more."
Well,
It's
see,
like, no.
in lieu of like a birthday cake, my mom always made homemade cheesecake, like homemade like cherry. Now the cherries, she would get the maraschino cherries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she would still do the homemade, like the cream and the crust and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But this year I was like, fuck, I'm not around any family. So I went and got my own Shellback, what the hell are you doing?
What? I don't know.
It sounded like some noises. I'm just
He's building the laser that's gonna destroy you.
Laser. Yeah.
It's like fucking hate the candy
I don't know,
corn
maybe-
last straw.
My computer chair, gaming chair, whatever you want to say, desk chair, I think has developed a creak. So maybe that's what you heard.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah.
But like I went and got the Jello no bake for cheesecake, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I want some cheesecake.
Jello.
So yes, Kate, I freaking love cheesecake.
I'm like, well, so when I was gonna say is like when it comes to candy. So as I was saying earlier, and I don't mean to be like Gary when it comes to Gary from Nerdrotic when it comes to his comic book store. So my wife and her family, they're from New Zealand. They're Kiwis. And so they would always bitch about how they hate candy here because it's like, oh, it's so much better. And I'm not gonna lie, their candy is really good. Their candy is really it is actually really good. But like one of the things I like when I went down there and I was trying to get some flavors, they don't have cherry. Like the maraschino cherry type thing, they don't have that. And I was like, fuck this shit, man. It's like, no, that's the best flavor. Like that's the best flavor of candy.
All right. Both of you have mentioned maraschino cherry, okay? And I swear every time somebody says maraschino cherry, I think of one of the pink ladies from Greece.
Me too. I mean, maybe it's because my aunt, she lives in Tennessee and they have a cherry tree, so it's just like I'm like, y'all don't understand, like picking a fresh cherry from a cherry tree when when it's ripe, and oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, no, I get you.
That's like when I was a kid, my grandmother always had a garden in the backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that garden, like half of that garden was a strawberry patch, and it had a peach tree right in the middle of it.
Oh, you had a strawberry patch?
Yeah, and so more than a few times I got in trouble for going out there, and I would just go, back and forth, finding all the ripe strawberries and picking them right off the, and plopping them in my mouth, and of course, after I'm outside for a while, Mama, that's what we called her, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mama would come out and catch me, right? And she's like, "You bring them in here and wash them off before you eat them."
Oh, dude. Well, so like what you were saying earlier with the cherries, we have a cherry tree out in the back, and like there was like one spring where we actually were able to get cherries, but usually we have to fight off squirrels. When usually we don't get any cherries because of squirrels. And
that's what alligators are for.
And though it's funny is they use BB guns. Like my in-laws
use BB guns,
and they just straight up like a country person be like, I'm gonna shoot the target practice with the squirrel.
Right. Well, then you have dinner and dessert.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, absolutely not. But hey, I mean,
squirrel is awesome. I love squirrel.
All right, I have this.
Can I know how to cook it though? Sorry.
So no. So I want to tell you, I don't know how lame or not this is, but this was a story my dad told me when he was a kid. So his parents were from like Kentucky and Kansas, but he
Okay.
grew up in Philly. And
How
so and so like, one time, like once it's like oh, I want to go hunting for something, and it's like and his mom and my grandma was like, well, okay, if you hunt, if you you kill and stuff, I'll cook it. So, not much wild game in the, in the urban landscape of North Philadelphia, but he got a possum.
Oh no!
And just as promised, she skinned it, cooked it, ate it, and he's saying it like it was the greasiest thing I ever ate. It was nasty.
Now, see, that's the one thing that I never ate. I mean, I heard about it, but never any possum. I grew up eating. I did grow up eating squirrel and rabbit.
I've had rabbit before.
And also a variety of bird, quail, dove, duck, goose.
Never had duck.
Turkey. Oh, dude! Like, and people like especially during Thanksgiving and Christmas. A lot of people are, they'll go get their butterball from the grocery store. And Jesus, you are a monkey man, aren't you? Anyway,
yeah, sorry. I had to give that face, but it was getting hot in the garage. Sorry.
It's cool. But I mean, you go out and you bring back, go out and hunt a wild turkey. Bring home a wild turkey. So much better. So much better.
Have you ever tried
chasing a wild turkey?
Huh?
Like trying to hunt for a wild turkey.
Yeah. What do you? No, you just you let them come to you.
Maybe my grandpa was doing it wrong. That's a funny shit. Some of the funny shit I've ever seen.
That's why they make turkey calls.
That's true.
You call them and they come to you.
So, have you guys ever tried gator?
No. I'd like to though.
Gator's good. I tried it. I tried it once at a fancy restaurant, but it's great with braised.
I tell you something else that's awesome too.
The meat's kind of tough.
Is buffalo bison?
Oh yeah.
I had I forget where it was, somewhere on the other side of the mountains here in Washington. But I had a bison burger. Oh man, which they do mix it with a little bit of ground beef. Yeah. Because of the
it's not very
the fat. They actually need that. You actually need to add a little bit of fat to it if you're going to make a burger out of it.
Yeah. Because it's like, because I know in like the 90s, and I've seen it, and that's how I was introduced with it. It was like considered a low fat alternative to beef.
Yeah.
But the thing was like it was not as tasty as beef. It was good, but it was not as good as beef. And it's like that. It's one of those.
Oh no, dude, if I could go with bison, meat over beef, I would.
Oh, really?
I remember this is kind of different topic, but like with my aunt, she still lives in a small town in Tennessee, but it's more in the city, like in the city versus like out in the county. And I remember growing up, she had like the chicken coops, like it was a working kind of little mini farm where she had the chicks and the chickens, but I mean, sooner or later those chickens were going to get eaten. And you would think me as a city girl, like going in the first time, it was like I would have an issue with it. I mean, I kind of did, like nobody wanted to kill the damn chicken, so I took it and I killed it. I mean,
just gangster.
Good.
Well, what's like no. What's funny is like we have a chicken coop in our backyard, and so the thing is like when you have urban chickens, you can't have a rooster.
Well, she was out of the county, so she had a rooster.
Yeah. But I mean, but it was like, but we treated them like pets, and we just like got the eggs. But like what was funny was like when one of the first chicken died, my mom, who like she was a city girl, but she like lived in a farm for a little bit. She's like, "What, dude? I used to kill chickens all the time for when I lived in."
Yeah.
She was like gangster about it. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, the thing about
being a pussy.
I'm gonna say that the thing about the rooster is because contrary to what you see on like TV, you know, like or especially in the cartoons and stuff, they don't just crow at dawn. Okay,
no.
Oh,
they're
no,
doing
like
it
4 a.m.
all effing day long.
Yeah. Well, so here's what the funny thing is, and it's like what I usually tell people is so basically when you have a bunch of chickens and no rooster, it's like orange is the new black, because it's like
that's a really good analogy, actually.
because like straight up, they will sometimes mount each other just to show dominance.
Well, that's the animals in general, though.
Yeah, they'll try to crow when they'll do like a little crow thing when they lay an egg. But oh man, it's like some prison bitch shit, man. Like
I'm just totally picturing a bunch of chickens running around in orange jumpsuits, you know.
But it's like
getting freaky with each other in the shower, you know.
Oh hell yeah! No joke. Like no joke. They do that, and it's like, and it's just funny. And there's like a little. It's like they're funny. They do this little bow when it's kind of like there's like a subservient bow that they do where they kind of like open up their legs, and you can pat them. We actually would pat them like a cat. And yeah, dude, it's like they're fucking vicious. And like there's times when like a lizard had happened to walk in there. Oh fuck, dude, that lizard's fucked. They just rip that shit apart, just like insane. It's like these guys are like the most. It's like I'm glad that this size, because like apparently like the closest relative to the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the chicken. It's like, so I'm like,
I don't mean to, but like I literally looked up orange is the new black chicken and then just put chicken. Apparently there really was an episode called Chickens. Where what the fuck?
It's a what the fuck moment. But it's like, yeah, but yeah, it's just like what are you? My mind is blown. Oh hey, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like here there it is. There's oh shit.
I love
There's
this one
right here. Like eat the chicken, absorb its power. Or this one right here, where you see the pills, the gun, the candy, or
yep. No, those are contraband. Those are contraband.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
hilarious.
I like that. And I'll be honest too. As much as I treat them like pets, I will still look at them and eat a thing of chicken. No problem. Be like, yeah, okay.
Well, that was the problem with my cousin, my aunt's daughter. Is I was like, quit being a little bitch. I mean,
yeah, no.
Don't name it. You can still be friendly with it. Just don't name it.
Well, I'll be honest. What was good about this is like with our chickens is like, okay, fine, we named it and stuff. But like at first when they were chicks, we had to keep the cats away because they would try to fucking actively hunt them. And like when we actually finally let them out, we let our cats kind of wander around. When the cats would try to hunt them, the chickens would like just straight up peck the shit out of them. But like,
No. That reminds me of another story. Is when my sister used to live out in the county, in Johnson County in Texas.
Is Johnson County big?
Not that big.
So it's not that big, Johnson County. Sorry, couldn't help it.
They went.
high five.
High five. Oh, God dang.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like it.
My niece, when they built a little chicken coop. They got about like 10 chicks, and they had 4 dogs. No, they had 5 dogs. They had 2 big ones, 2 small dogs, and then a medium. It was still like a Cocker Spaniel or something like that. And we were so worried about the big dogs, like the bigger dogs, and getting the chicks. Nope. Macy, a Schnauzer mix, would just start finding holes to dig underneath the coop to kill these chicks.
Yeah.
Those chicks didn't last one fucking night.
Fuck. Well, see, that's like what we did was we kept them in the living room with the heater, and then we put them in a playpen, and then we put a cover over the playpen. And so basically, it's like we'd keep an eye on them. So it's like if they come near the playpen, it's like no, because you don't put them out in a coop like that that early.
Well, I mean, no, these chicks were old enough to be out. They were chicks, but they were not. They were old enough to be out in a coop. It's just we didn't think that the dog would kill them the first damn night. So my niece, she sets her alarm clock because she's gonna go feed those chickens, and we hear just this piercing scream. We're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" All of them were dead.
The dog ate Wilton that night.
And if you could see a dog grin, Macy, God rest her soul. I've never seen a shit-eating grin on a dog, but yeah.
I have. Every time I had to pull mine out the cat box.
What's with?
No, I'm serious.
We're not going to go down that road.
I had he was half border collie, half golden retriever. But yeah, and when I had him and 2 cats at the same time, I would have to like keep an ear out because where I kept the cat box, I couldn't see it. So, when he was out and about, walking through the house or whatever, I'd have to, whatever I was doing, I'd just kind of like have to keep one ear, in the surroundings. And sure enough, you could actually hear when he sticks his head inside the damn, because it was one of those cat boxes with the top on it. So, you could hear it when he was, getting into the cat box. And I'd be like, bear. And then you'd hear him like jump back, but yeah. And then later, he'd like try and get in my face, and I'm like, no, you're going to have to wait a while for that. I'm like, I'm not letting you give me any kisses right now. No, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap it up, because it's getting late for me as well.
How late is it for you?
11.
Oh, bruh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
I know. Well, I'm trying to be nice to you guys too. I'm trying to be nice. I know it's later for you guys. You guys are you're on the East Coast. I know that.
Not Turtle.
Turtle's when?
Huh? I'm on the same time as you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I don't know why. I was thinking that you were in a different time zone, though.
No. So, I was starting to get kind of tired and just was ready to go to bed. But no, if I'm gonna get called out for being a pussy, then,
well, I mean, it's just Kristen.
Margaret.
Yeah. Don't. I swear to God, when the day comes that you and I meet in person, you better not tell me to kiss anything, because I'll do it right there in front of God and everybody.
All right.
Oh, you would? Oh, okay. Like, I mean, like, you'd, like, kiss her ass? Like, that's what I mean. That's what I'm that's the that's the
I,
impression I'm getting, like, "Oh, dude,
I have done it before, okay, and then that
kiss her ass?"
person that lady never told me that again. That's
What a way to end the stream. Hey, Kate, thanks so much for sticking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I wanna, so I wanna thank my guest, got, Culture Casino, According to Christie, and Shellback. Thank you guys for coming. Also, thank you, Rowan, Ginger, and anybody else who is still here. Thank you. Without you guys, there would be no show. So, thanks all around. You have a
Bye.
bye. Take care.
Wash your hands, wash your ass.
Yep. End broadcast.